Judy was boring.
Hello.
Then Judy discovered ChumbaCasino.com.
It's my little escape.
Now Judy's the life of the party.
Oh, baby, mama's bringing home the bacon.
Whoa, take it easy, Judy. The Chumba life is for everybody. So go to ChumbaCasino.com and play over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18 plus terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Hey, it's Carl. And hopefully this will be a more successful recording. It's always the way I record, and some of my best work comes out in those recordings that get lost. And this Life is Good, Living is the Challenge is no exception to that. I recorded 12 beautiful minutes of excellent insight, as my mind would remember it anyway. And luckily it's lost, so no one will ever know. And then it only turned up as 38 seconds. Anyway, I was recording in advance of a beautiful program that we just recorded on the Good Morning Portugal show with 5 men talking about Movember and mental health and men's mental and physical health. And when I recorded this morning, I did say that the reason I think there are challenges with male mental health and high suicide rates and just great problems around the world with men's and women's health, both physical and mental, mainly mental, is that we're in the middle of a spiritual crisis and that we've forgotten that life is good. Who's saying that anymore? And certainly the light of life and the idea that life is good is a diminishing light, it would seem, in the world, in the living world. And that's the distinction I make. I'm keen to make that distinction with you, is that life is behind everything, is everything. And living is the thing us humans do with our messed up, partial view of life and the world. And it's living. It's what it's the man-made mess that is what amounts to living. Whilst behind all of that and hidden from view almost completely now, thanks to the madness of mankind, is life itself, is original life, the good, the God, life, death, and everything in between. All that is in the great vastness and beauty of life is always present to us, should we be present to it. And that's where I think we've fallen over, or become ignorant, or whatever you would want to call it. This is not about judging human beings. This is my assessment and analysis of what's going on. It's not good or bad. It is what it is. And we know what the effects are, and the effects would appear to be, and I know when I've had my own, what do they call it in the trade, suicidal ideation, it's because I've forgotten that life is good. I've been overwhelmed by living conditions, and that's what I want to be personally in this debate, is the understanding this is a spiritual crisis that we have. And again, this is a spiritual is a push button word, isn't it? It can cause as much trouble as it can be a help. But let's talk about the realm beyond the living world, which is dominated and governed by our rationality and our mentality. The man-made world, it comes from the mentality of men, of humans, and the conditions they create are those that are fixes to the problems we've already created for ourselves, so we come in with a new fix. So rather than at any point, it would appear, and I don't know this for sure because I don't live in other people's minds and bodies, I only live in my own, but my view of it, my opinion of it, appears to be that people are locked into living, dealing with effect after effect after effect of everything they've done before, rather than becoming present to the beauty of life and knowing that life is good. And we all know, I hope, that at some point life is good. We see that in moments, don't we? We know that in a height of love, in a height of sexual union, sexual ecstasy, in the height of friendship and collaboration and cooperation and in peace with other human beings, or even in adversity, when us humans, ironically, in terrible times pull together, we see a connection that transcends our limitations, and we work together and we collaborate and we become one. And oneness is the life that is good. Good. God. For me, it's the original meaning of God. That life is good, life is God. That is God. the beauty that we can perceive and that can consume us with an absolute awe and wonder and sense of beauty and connection. And this is what's missing in our daily lives. This is what we're not teaching the young people who appear to be killing themselves. And as I found out this morning, in old age, there's a massive rate of suicide in old people killing themselves, blowing their brains out in America. And you would understand why they would want to do this. The brain, the mentality is the thing causing the problem. And you would understand why people want to kill that off. And what they do, of course, is just kill off their body to end their suffering. And they kill off their perception, don't they? Their awareness, their consciousness to the pain that is obscuring any notion that life is good. And I propose that, I maintain that. And for me, it's so important to know that life is good, and any unhappiness that we're experiencing is a cloud in front of the sun. And clouds, we know what happens to clouds. They pass, they go, and they cannot be sustained. Everything is changing all the time, and that we are changing all the time, and that our perception and our awareness can be changed or transformed or evolved in such a way so that we can have more moments of knowing that life is good. And that's why I teach the meditative process, technique, to suspend the rational mind and its madness and its malarkey and its monkey-mindedness, such that we're free in the moment. And when we're free, when we're not dogged by the monkey mind to mix up my animal metaphors, we are free, and we can get a sense that life is good as we're sat in the chair, nothing arising, no problems for the moment. And when we know that, when we relieve that burden of worry and anxiety and stress, and in its worst case, those mental conditions that will want to have us kill ourselves, we can be a present to the beauty and glory of life, if only for a moment, and we can build on those moments, and we can have more moments in which life is good. And I would hope that we can transform this, that teenagers in their glorious relationship to the newness of life and vitality and power can know that life is good and revel in that, and that the elders, instead of bloody killing themselves, can look back on their lives and look into their life in the moment and say that life is good, and tell the young people that, and tell the middle-aged that who are having their middle-aged crises that life is actually good underneath all your problems and woes and anxieties, and we can help each other to see that. So let's help each other to see that. Life is good. It's the living that is difficult, challenging and problematic. And in making our living life less problematic and challenging and difficult and depressing, the fact that life is good can become more and more present to us. Life is good.
With Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to... Has anyone seen the bride and groom?
Sorry, we're here. We were getting lucky in the limo and we lost track of time.
No, Lucky Land Casino, with cash prizes that add up quicker than a guest registry.
In that case, I pronounce you lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Daily bonuses are waiting. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
Go Ford for your next truck or SUV and find an easier way to buy with Woodhouse Ford today. And experience the convenience of buying with Woodhouse Ford. Lease a 2023 Ford Escape Active for $397 per month for 48 months and 7,500 miles per year. First payment and $299 doc fee due at signing. Security deposit waived. Tax, title, license extra with approved credit. Expires 12/04/2023.